welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Where is your partner in crime? Oh, there she is.
Sorry we had a technical hitch, but we are now here.
Terrific, terrific. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Fine, thank you.
Terrific, terrific. So let's get started. Let's get started, guys. So we've got a couple of people already logged on, and we are recording. So it's great. It's great. It's fantastic to have you on this call today. So welcome along, guys. So my name is Gediminas. Some of you know me, some of you don't. So I'm going to be hosting this webinar today, but this is not about me. It's about these two beautiful, young, energetic, fired up ladies from Nairobi, Kenya. They will be sharing some tips with you guys today about selling products, selling FM products, also about building business, getting new business partners into the business. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of that, what I wanted to do is ask these two young, beautiful ladies to tell their stories. Why are they in FM? Where were they before FM? And just, to talk a little bit about themselves. So I'll ask maybe Purity to begin, and then Annerose, you two as well.
Thank you very much, Gediminas. My name is Purity. To those who don't know me, Purity Mwaniki. Prior to me joining FM, what I did in school, I did law, and shortly after that, after employment for about 2 years, I decided to start some businesses on my own because I needed to be home with my children. And then while at it, I realized I still didn't have enough time to be with my children. So I longed for an opportunity that will make me stay at home and work from home. And somebody came and told me about FM in the year 2010. So I signed up in 2010, September, and from then until today, I have never looked back.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Wow, wow, wow. Incredible. And Annerose?
Hi. I got to learn the business through Purity, who came to my place of work. I was employed for about 14 years, and about 4 of the last 14 years I've been in FM, because I joined FM soon after Purity. She came to my place of work and she told me she sells perfume, and I've always been a fan of perfumes. So she told me to ask her, well, do you have designer perfume? She told me, well, I'm selling a FM brand and I'd like you to test to sample my product and tell me what you think. And of course, I gave her a challenge. I told her I want to try out a certain perfume, and she got me the perfume that I wanted. And the quality of the perfume just blew me away. And the moment she told me that there's an opportunity to do the business, not only to wear the perfumes but to sell them too, I jumped on it. I jumped on the chance, and it's been fantastic since then. Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I like it. So we're already getting some tips here, guys, you know. So she came into your place of work and asked you to test the perfumes. I like that. I like that. So guys, today's webinar, it's really aimed at a brand new person, you know, who just getting started with FM. They know nothing about the business. They know nothing about, well, not much about the products, etc. And they want to get started. So imagine, you know, I am this brand new person. So what I wanted to do, guys, is just to brainstorm a little bit and just to share some ideas of how would you approach somebody, you know. First of all, maybe let's talk about friends and family. So somebody brand new starts and their friends and family don't even know about FM or about these products. How would you advise them to approach this brand new person, and what to say about to their friends and family, etc., about these products, and how to go about it?
Okay, I'll go. I'd say the friends and family angle, you call them your warm market, because these are people who already known to you. And the one where you can approach them is first try and understand where they are at, what are they doing, what have they been up to, because people love to be listened to more than they love to listen to others. So you need to listen to them, find out where they are at, and then once you know how they're doing in their lives, then you can tell them what you're up to, and you can introduce the business in the sense that, but then there's this brand new business that I got involved in that is really exciting, and then you can introduce the perfume angle. Like I've always loved perfumes, and therefore when I got a chance to get into this company, it's been an amazing journey for me. Would you like to sample my perfume? So even before you introduce the angle of them joining the business, then you must, or rather, I prefer to first let them sample and see that whatever I'm talking about is actually a quality product. So that's how I go about it for a friend and part of my family as well.
Awesome, awesome. So how would you explain about perfume? So I don't know what FM is. I don't know what these products are. You know, I live in Nairobi. You know, and you just came to me. I'm your friend. How would you explain to me about the FM perfumes?
You want to go for it?
Yeah, maybe I will answer that. And this ideally to somebody who has never heard about FM, I will begin by really start talking about FM, who we are, and where our business is located, because mostly, especially here in Kenya, people want to associate with high quality products. So I will say our company is based in Europe, and that's where the production happens. And our products have gone through vigorous testing, and they are of high quality, and they're safe for everyone to use. So that way they kind of trust trust the product, or the product I'm selling to them about. They trust the product, and they kind of have faith, because then I have already assured of quality, and I've already told them about the company and what it stands for.
The other thing I'd say is get an emotional tag to it in terms of, for example, you can ask, once of course you tell them that you're not into perfume, you can tell them, by the way, do you know that only 3% of the cost of the perfume that you buy in the supermarket or whatever you buy it from is the actual cost of the perfume? And normally that catches people, because they'll be like, you want to tell me that all this money that I've been paying all this time is not even the cost of the perfume? And that gives a very good angle to introduce FM to somebody who's never known about it, because you associate the brand with quality and affordability. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. I love that. I love that. I love that. That is very, 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 very good. Also, so this is a close friend, etc. So or somebody you know, you show them some products, and what about people that you don't know, because some people, I find that, when they're brand new, they know some, they show the products to friends and family, etc. But when that's finished, they go, oh, where do I go there from now?
Is that the cold market?
Yeah.
Cold market is where you have there are people that you get to meet and you've never met them before. They're like strangers to you. For me personally, I approach them in the sense that first and foremost, I'm always wearing a smile. So each time I meet a stranger, I'm always wearing a smile. And the next thing, I just get somewhere to pick up a discussion. Probably I will compliment them. I will tell them they look nice. I like their hair. I like I just compliment them on anything, and then I strike a conversation with them. And shortly after, I will tell them, this is what I do.
For me, what I've found is I've created what is called an elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a short summary that quickly tells people who you are, what you do, and what you can offer them. So within a minute or so, you should be able to introduce yourself to this customer and tell them exactly what you do, and give them something memorable that they can latch on, especially about perfumes. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I like that. So, what I wanted to do is, I know that Purity has done quite a lot this month. So, I wanted to tell us some stories of people that you met. You know, what did you say to them? How did you say it? And what were the results of those meetings?
Thank you for that question. We're having somebody joining us right here on our desk. Karibu sana. Just to go back to what you have asked, I have been able to meet different people, different strangers in different locations. And one of the things that really caught my interest is when I decided to try something absolutely out of ordinary. And I mentioned this to someone. I told them, hey, I was on Facebook and I saw the notifications where they say, you know, it's somebody's birthday, so-and-so birthday is coming up. And as I was writing on their wall to wish them a happy birthday, I noticed there was a couple. There was somebody whose birthday was coming up in 2 days, and I wondered, how can I benefit from this in terms of my business? So I thought, okay, this is weird, but I gathered the courage to just approach this person. So I inboxed them. Okay, I checked their profile and I realized they had already listed their spouse as on Facebook. On their profile, they had already listed somebody as their spouse. So I contacted the spouse, I inboxed them, and I told them, hey, I know you are so-and-so's birthday, your spouse's birthday is coming up on Monday, and I have a gift idea for you. Of course, they were a bit curious, they were a bit cold, they were like, oh, who are you, and what are things? So I explained to them what I do. I sent them the website link and I suggested a certain gift, and they told me, okay, the birthday is on Monday, let's talk on Saturday. And this was, I think, on a Friday. So Saturday, I texted them, asked them what they thought, and they told me, call me Monday morning. So come Monday morning, I called them and they said, okay, bring this and this to me. And I, surprisingly, I delivered the perfume, and he asked me to choose a perfume of my choice, a perfume that, you know, she will end up liking. And yes, the customer was quite impressed after I delivered and closed the sale. And I look forward to continue doing business with that particular client. So that is one of the outstanding approach that I have done this month. The
Wow.
other one.
It's amazing, guys. I don't know if you're catching this stuff. This is incredible. So you go on Facebook and you look for upcoming birthdays. And if you know that person's spouse, then send them a message and just say, look, have you got a present for your spouse? You know, the birthday is coming up in a couple of days. Maybe you'd like to get some very nice perfume for that person, or maybe some makeup or whatever. This is great. This is great. This is a nugget. I like that.
For me, it was more or less along the same lines of a birthday. I met a friend, and in the course of a small talk, he mentioned his wife's birthday was a few days before. And so I asked him, did you get her a gift? And he was like, oops, I did not. And so I told him, well, allow me to redeem you. So I told him to let me know, since it was a surprise gift, I asked him to let me know what kind of perfumes she's worn in the past, what does she have on her dressing table. And so he went home, and I was telling him to get his James Bond on and take a few photos of what she has used in the past. So the perfumes that the photos that he sent me, I went on the internet and I searched which fragrance families that they belong to, and they all ended up being very sweet floral scents. So I went to a catalog and I looked for perfumes in those fragrance families, and I landed on 353. And when he took the perfume to her, he later sent me a WhatsApp and told me, man, you are spot on. She loves it to death. Those are those are his actual words. So yeah, those are some of the strategies that I have used. The other thing that I've done is I've expanded my network in terms of joining networking groups whereby you're able to sell. I'm able to sell myself, let them know what I do, and I ask them for specific referrals. And I tell them I am looking for young professionals who need to smell good. I'm looking for your spouse. I'm looking for yourself. You know, like how does your home smell like? Does it smell of last night's dinner? Does it smell of, you know? cuts. Allow me to fill that gap, and I get you that home perfume that will make your room smell amazing. Yeah, so those are some of the strategies. Yes.
Wow, 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 wow. So that's another nugget, guys. So that's a networking, attending networking groups, and yeah, just telling people what you're looking for people who want to smell nice, look nice, etc. Wow, wow, I like that. I like that. That's great. That's great. Purity, purity. What else? Tell me. I know you did some crazy stuff this month, so you're not gonna be able to hide. Go for it.
Uh, I will talk about, first and foremost, maybe I need to emphasize on the fact that we just need to be courageous and own your business and know that if you don't do it, then nobody gonna do it for you. If you don't go out there and meet these people, nobody will come and ask you, are you selling perfumes? You have to go there and tell them, yes, I'm selling perfumes. So, and that means everywhere. So this day I found myself waiting for someone in a restaurant, a customer definitely, and they took long before they came, and the restaurant was kind of somewhat full because it was in the evening and people tend to take, it was a coffee shop, people tend to take coffees in the evening, so it was kind of full, and this guy came by, a very young professional, and I thought, okay, this is a good opportunity for me. I identified that he could be a potential customer given with the way he was dressed and everything. So I asked him, come join me. So he joined me, and I struck a conversation. So how was your day and everything? Soon before he realized, I told him about perfumes. I sell perfumes, and he sampled some perfume. And I tested some perfume on his wrist near his watch. It was perfume FM 327, and a different one on the other hand, I think it was 110. And as I was just noting somewhere for him the perfumes that he has tested, he's the person he was waiting for, assuming I think it was his date or something. She showed up and he had to leave to go to a different table. Luckily enough, I was done with him. He had already sampled the perfumes, and I gave him my business card, and he went and sat somewhere else. Okay, the person I was waiting for came, we finished the meeting, and that's it. The next day, I texted this young guy and asked him, okay, what do you think about the perfumes that you sampled? And he said they were fantastic. He really liked, and he really liked the perfume that was on his right or left wrist where the watch was, because 2 days later the watch was still having the scent on it. So that's the perfume he really wanted. Then he promised me, after we closed the sale, of course, I came to the office with the perfume and I supplied this man, and he's introduced me to 4 other clients, and I'm looking forward to bring him on board to join the business because
Wow.
he's excited that the products are of high quality.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So tell me, did you have your full sample kit with you there, or did you have just a small kit, or did you have just a couple of samples in your pocket? How was this, how did that happen?
FM business is my business, is my organization. So my kits, I have 2 kits. I have the big kit, the black one, and I have the small one, the 20 sample kit. That one I never leave it behind. It's always by my side. Come rain, come sunshine, in church, in funeral programs, in weddings. I always carry it with me, and any minute is a testing minute.
Wow, 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 amazing, amazing, amazing. Now also I know you met somebody on a matatu.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that?
Interestingly, I have learned, or it's been just interesting the way you. Each time I drive a car, it's like I don't make a sale, but every time I take a matatu, I'll get a customer or I recruit somebody. So I'm choosing a habit of using. I'm preferring now to use the public transport because now it puts me in a place where I am meeting new people. And when I get into a matatu, I don't just sit where there is a seat. I choose where to sit. I scan through the bus, I scan through the matatu and identify a potential person depending with how they look. I'm sorry to say that. No apologies. Maybe, but yes, that's how I identify, and I sit next to them, and be it will I make a pen fall or something, there has to be a conversation. I might tell them to open the window, I might tell them, am I squeezing them too much? There has to be a way of striking a conversation, and I bring them on board. I will test the perfumes on their hands. So there's this guy who just I met on the I entered the bus and I sat next to him, and I realized a few minutes later he was kind of tired and frustrated, and he sighed. Huh. So I thought, this is a good one. This is a good opportunity. So I told him, sorry, looks like you're having a bad day, and he ranted. He said he had lost his job, So I told them, okay, do you mind if I told you about, of course I sympathized with him and everything. Then I told him, do you mind if I told you of a business opportunity? And he said he didn't mind it at all. So I explained to him, and of course we were approaching town, and by the time we were dropping off in town at the bus stage, he was like, no, I want to know more about this business. So I told him I was going to another meeting. So I gave them my business card, and we agreed for an appointment. Shortly after I was into my meeting, he couldn't wait. He called again and insisted that he needed to know about the business because he really needs the business. So I had to make up time for them, and I think they will sign up before the end of this week.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I'm hoping that you guys catching the stuff, like, just asking, starting a conversation. So, oh, I'm not squeezing you too much, asking a person to open a window or something to start a conversation. And also, I remember you telling me about the strategy where you were speaking to somebody on the phone and you deliberately say something to get the person to ask you. What was it that you said on the phone?
Well, do I remember that exactly? Maybe you might want to prompt it a little bit
Yeah,
further.
I think you were speaking to somebody on the phone where you said you deliberately say to them, okay, so I'm going to deliver you these perfumes, and this, da, so that the
Oh,
person next to you would ask you that you sell perfumes.
you're right. You're right. When I realize somebody is a bit cold and they don't, of course, I get away of striking a conversation, but some people are just cold naturally. And it happened that it's one of us called me, and I had to go off. We are a bit off the conversation, and I had to talk about a certain perfume, and it got the person interested later on after I dropped the call. So they asked, "You sell perfume? No wonder you're smelling good." And yeah, that was it.
Wow. Incredible,
I
incredible.
think it's about looking for an opportunity to, by all means, to get to talk to people out there. Don't keep it to yourself. Gather the courage. If you'll not do it, no one else will do it for you. So go for it.
What I can say, maybe for somebody who is shy on the onset to speak to a live customer, one thing that you can start off is on social media, because the beauty about social media is it's a bit you're a bit more shielded. And what I've done is I've created a business page for FM, and I've linked my business page with my Twitter account. And whenever I post anything on my Facebook page, I share it on my own page, and automatically it shares on Twitter. What I can say is people should not just use the Facebook to wish each other happy birthday or to share jokes. Share your business as well. Brand yourself FM. Let people know what you do. There's a section on Facebook called About Me. Then that's a place where you should say maybe perfume consultant at FM, and then you link your page. So anytime anybody searches for you, they automatically see the page that you admin, and they'll go there. What else I can say about social media is Instagram has really caught up right now in Kenya. Share pictures of the perfumes. Share interesting tidbits. Share the makeup. Like the beautiful photos of makeup, FM makeup you'll find online. Share those as well with a little caption. Google Plus as well. You can create a Google Plus page and link yourself there. Basically, make yourself as visible as possible. And what this also means is that you have to be willing to open up yourself. as well, to share this information, because this is not a selfish business. If you have a customer who has been a very good customer, don't just hang on to them because of the little money they bring to you. How about recruiting them and bringing them on board as business partners? Because now they will be in their business for themselves, and therefore they'll be able to open up their networks for themselves, and inevitably, since they're in your team, they'll open up their networks for you as well.
Wow, 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 wow. This is great. This is gold. I like that. I like that. Also, Annerose, I hope you don't mind me sharing that, but this month you've done 699 personal points.
Actually,
Okay.
771. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Oh yes, 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 of course. Sorry, sorry, sorry. So you're doing extremely well in terms of personal sales. Could you share what's the secrets?
Um, One of the things I would say is I have joined a networking business, a networking forum that we meet every week to exchange business, and it has given me a lot of visibility in terms of what I do, because I'm able to share with my colleagues exactly what my products can do for them. If it's perfumes, the roll-ons, the makeup, and every week I have a specific ask for referral. If I'm selling home perfume or a car perfume, I'll ask, have they bought perfumes for their own cars? Have they bought home perfumes for their houses? Do they have an upcoming birthday or an upcoming housewarming? So that provides a lot of my sales every week. Secondly, I love branding myself as FM. Therefore, I will wear FM from my perfume to my makeup, and I will make sure that when I'm in the midst of ladies, I will make sure that I bring out my arsenal of FM makeup. And what I found is that things like the lip gloss are a really fast sell, because they will sit on your lips. They'll see how, especially for me, I love the plum gold, because it's an amazing shade. And the moment somebody sees it, they're like, "Whoa, I love what you're wearing. What is it?" And as I'm introducing FM makeup to them, I tell them, "Oh, by the way, besides the makeup, there's also the perfume angle." So, thirdly, I'm very, very active on social media, and I will constantly use the groups, the Facebook groups, to post my business. And I'm on the lookout when people are discussing about what's an ideal gift for somebody, or I have an upcoming whatever it is, and I'll quickly jump in and inbox them and tell them, "Oh, I can provide for you the perfume." What is the way down? Basically, it's just keeping your ear out, talking to my repeat customers. One thing that I've found to be very useful in doing my business is the color my perfume, because that way I'm able to have a list of fragrance families that my customers like. Therefore, if I've given you one scent this time round, the next month I'll tell you, by the way, how about we replenish your stock and I give you something else from the same fragrance family, so that you keep that chain going. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I like that. So when you say talking to repeat customers, what else would you say to them? So do you regularly call your customers and keep in touch with them?
Yes, I do that. I have I've created a MailChimp email list, whereby we'll occasionally send an email to my customers, so that they know that I still exist, I still sell perfume. I also have them on WhatsApp, so I will prompt them and remind them that, well, I'm sure your bottle is almost up. How about you replenish? And the thing about FM is, since the perfumes are so affordable, you help your customers see, by the way, don't use it sparingly. Splash it on, because after all, you will get another one at a very affordable cost. So Yeah, so tell them don't keep it for special occasions. And when I'm talking to people, I always say I don't have a perfume for a special occasion because every day is special. And I have like 100 samples of perfume to go through. So if I keep one for a special occasion, when will I ever go through all of them? So by believing in my product, I'm able to endorse it. So if the customer used a perfume, I know our roll-ons are amazing, so I'll tell them, hey, by the way, how about you try the roll-on this time around? How about you try a roll-on in the same family? Or rather, we'll do a set. We'll do the roll-on, the shower gel, and the, what's the one? Body balm. Yeah. So that the customer can layer. So it's understanding the product so that you're able to shout about it without shame. I think one of the things that maybe has failed some of our business partners is that you don't really use the product. Maybe you bought one perfume a long time ago and that was it. But have you tried the wardrobe scent? Have you tried a home perfume? For the men, they'll ask, hey, me, makeup, of course, how am I going to try out makeup? Ask us. We're the ladies. We'll tell you what sells. Yeah.
No, that's very true. That's very true. That's very true. Because I always say, if you had a grocery store, you wouldn't shut it in the evening and go shopping for your food in a supermarket. You'd buy from your own grocery store. So same here. You have your own perfume, cosmetics, and home products store. So you might as well buy them from yourself. That's true.
Yes.
Awesome. Purity mentioned about this customer recommending another 4 customers, etc. And I know you get a lot of recommendations. So can you share how to get recommendations?
Okay, maybe I need to, thank you for that question. I need to just emphasize on what Annerose was saying about, wearing the product yourself before you sell them out there. For me, I'll give my example. I wear FM makeup, and that is what helps me sell makeup. If I don't wear FM makeup, then I will not make any sales. Somebody, like today, I took the train to town, and somebody just said, okay, I like your eyeshadow, and trust me, by end of this week, they'll have their own eyeshadow. So that way you get to acquire more and more customers. But above all, I know most of their business partners shy away from, accumulating their own personal items for use, FM personal items for use. And one of the tips that I have used over the years, since 2010, to acquire my personal products is taking advantage of the incentives that we get from the office. Like I know there is an incentive that Annerose had posted on, it was from the office, but she posted on the group. And she said it was something to do with 100 points, and you get an eyeshadow, some to 50 points, you get something. So those are the incentives that I run with to acquire my own range of products. So if I say, for example, I do 100 points and I get an eyeshadow or I get a brush, I end up acquiring accessories and products for myself without necessarily having to buy them. So that is a tip for you business partners.
Yeah, I think for the last few months, I've accumulated so much eyeshadow from the incentives. I have like 5 nail polish, that maybe not others have bought, and I can sell those, or I can choose to wear them myself. So there you have it.
Amazing, 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 amazing. I like that. I like that.
Sorry, I didn't get to answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
You had asked about the referrals, the customers. Once I have observed that my new customer is happy with the product, because after I have sold them an item, I will follow up. After, let's say, a week, I will call them and ask them how they find the products. And I ask them to genuinely give me feedback if they like it or if they don't like it. Sometimes there are people who say the perfume is a bit so strong. So I will try and look for a solution and try and make sure that they are happy about the product. So once I've made sure they're happy about the product, I only ask one thing from them. Refer me to 2 people, only 2, not more than 2, just 2. Give me their numbers. Give me their contacts, tell me their names, their contacts, tell me where they work, and if possible, contact them, tell them, introduce me, tell them there's this Purity who is selling perfumes, and I want to send them to you. So that way I'll carry my contacts with me and I will go follow it up. So I'll end up growing my number of clients.
Wow, 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 wow. This is powerful. So follow up every single customer, right? Because usually, people expect them to call for the customer to call them, but that doesn't happen that often, does it? So yeah, following up and feedback, are you happy? How are you happy? And then refer to two people. Wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning here.
We are all learning.
Fantastic, fantastic. What else, guys? Tell me more. So what are the nuggets can you give for what to say to a person, how to say it, where to say it to, etc. So we've been picking up on a lot of stuff already, like networking groups, like on a matatu, in a restaurant. Where else?
Go ahead.
For me, the most important thing really is, as long as I'm out there and I'm wearing my brand, because I will not wear any other brand, I make sure I'm wearing a FM brand, and whoever I meet, somehow I get to tell them about the product. Then later on, I tell them about the business opportunity, because the product, once you get an opportunity, the most important thing is to secure that 1 minute or few seconds for them to just sample a perfume, and that's it. So I'm always on the lookout. It's always like you're on the lookout to see who you can try to to make them sample the products. And it doesn't matter, even in a banking queue, I've gotten few customers from there. My kids' teachers. It's endless. There's so many possibilities. My mechanic, everybody gets to use FM as long as you come my way. In the elevator, it's the best.
Hence the elevator pitch.
Yes, you take an elevator with somebody, compliment their makeup, tell them about, and let it be a genuine compliment. Yeah, compliment them, and most likely you're gonna turn them into a customer. And one of the principles I have adopted is, if you're not buying from me, then I'm not gonna buy your service too. So my hairdresser will buy perfumes from me. She will make my hair. She will buy products from me, and vice versa.
Wow.
For me, I'd say one of the biggest things, and one of the things that will carry you forward as a business partner is passion for your business. And passion comes with belief in your product and in yourself. I was fortunate enough to visit Fafand and Poland during one of the what do you call them? The picnics, the FM picnics that happened around May, June. And it was amazing to see the passion that everybody had for the business. We were business partners from all over the world, and it showed me the power of this business and exactly what we are sitting on, the potential that we are sitting on. So that's the passion that carries me forward, even when things seem very, 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 very tough. The other thing I'd say is I've taken advantage of a lot of the images that have been put out there by other business partners. If you just Google FM perfume and go to images, you'll be amazed just how much wealth of information is out there. So some people shy away from even starting off on Facebook because they say, I have no idea what to say. But you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Go out there and get an image that says exactly what you want, something close to what you want to say, and then caption that. So take advantage of what has been put out there by other business partners. Talk to your sponsor. Talk to us. We'll be willing to help you in any way that you can. And take advantage of the YouTube trainings that are out there. Thank you, Gediminas, for the work you've been doing, because that's the wealth of information that we need to grow this business. The other thing I must say is that you must read a lot about your business, because if you're going to call yourself a perfume consultant, then you must be worth your salt. You must know about the perfume concentrations. You must know when you're talking about the cold market and the warm market, what is that thing that will distinguish you from the other designer, perfumes that are out there. When you talk about an eau de toilette and people tell you only wear designer, are you strong enough or courageous enough to say, actually, what you've been wearing is the weakest of them all? So belief and passion in what you do is paramount.
Wow, 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 wow. These superstars in Kenya, I don't know, I'm excited, I'm excited. So, guys, also what I wanted to ask you, we obviously we're going to have a lot of people listening to this webinar who are from Kenya, or Uganda, Tanzania, etc. What would you say is the specifics of this particular market? What would you say a person who's starting in Kenya, what do they need to know about this market? What is different about it than if I do business in UK or in Lithuania or whatever?
The one thing in Kenya is that, first and foremost, people are extremely exposed and informed. And therefore, there's a lot of entrepreneurs with businesses within the city center that will have what they call designer perfumes that they can, measure for you in small refills. So, yeah. So you'll find when you try and approach somebody and tell them about the perfume, they might tell you that perfume is your perfume is too expensive. But then that is maybe not the person for you. Keep digging, keep mining. You will find the diamond that you're looking for. The other thing that about the market in Kenya is that, again, as I mentioned about that designer label, you really must demystify what perfume is. That what is important in the bottle is the liquid itself, not because Calvin Klein made it, not because Dior made it, and you need to be able to explain how perfume comes to be and which gap you fill in as FM. So information and information on your business is a must. You must be very well equipped to answer all those questions that will be thrown your way.
Fantastic. I like that. So very briefly, how would you explain that? If I say, oh, but I'm always buying, Hugo Boss from the shop for 10,000 shillings, why would I buy from you?
What I begin by saying is that it is a known fact in the world that there are very many imitations of perfume. And one thing that I can guarantee you with FM Cosmetics is that the perfume that you get in your bottle today is the same perfume that you'd find if you flew to UK and bought the same perfume. Why? Because this is a franchise in over 40 countries and our source is the same, FM Group World. We have perfumes, the Hugo Boss and the such like. You'll find if you get two different Hugo Bosses today, you'll be surprised. They're all packaged differently. It's supposed to be the same designer, but they're all packaged differently. So you can't even tell which is a true perfume or which is a fake. So let the customer know that what they're getting is genuine perfume, the real thing from FM. And the fact that FM uses Drum in Germany that all these other designers use. And once you draw the connection from Drum to FM back to Kenya, then you're able to convince your customer that what they're getting is quality.
Okay, I like that. That's powerful. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about sales of the product, and of course it is important to sell the product because you make good money from that and you can support yourself financially with that very well. But then looking long term, of course, it's also very important to build the business, to build the team. So what sort of tips would you give to a brand new person who's just getting started and they're not quite sure whether they should build a team and how should they build it and all of that?
A brand new person, probably I may take this opportunity to introduce somebody who just joined us. His name is Frederick Kivuva, referred by Washira.
Wow.
Kivuva, just come to the camera so that guys can see if you can wave.
Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome.
We can only see your hand. Just come. That's
Hey,
the
hey,
gentleman.
welcome.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So I've taken the opportunity to introduce him because your question, I think, is based to a person, is directed to a person like him. And what I would encourage him is this is a worthwhile business, just like any other. You need to put your commitment to it. You cannot just come purchase a kit and you just go. You need to invest your time in it. You need to take it seriously and give it the time that it requires and the seriousness and the investment that you need to put in, just like any other business. It requires your commitment to run with it.
What I can also add when it comes to a new recruit is helping them see why the FM business model is such a good model to start with, especially for somebody who is getting into business. Why? Because you are joining a system that is already that's already been running for the last 11 years this year. You're joining a business whereby the capital that you're being asked for is that what the cost of a shoe, perhaps.
Yeah.
You're joining a business whereby you're getting training from the first day you get in and any time that you need the training. And the bit about it is that registration is free. Come on board, let's train you, help you get moving and off you go. What I normally try to tell my prospects is this. The cost of getting into business with FM is 7,500 to get the big kit, which I normally tell them, if you are a serious business partner, please don't go for the small one. If you can afford it, please go for the big one, because we are not in this business to get back your 7,500. You're here to go to Jasper. So invest your 7,500. The first 10 bottles of perfume that you buy, you actually have your money back, and the rest of it is pure profit. So what do you have to lose?
Fantastic, fantastic. I like that. I like that. I like that. All right. Also, I wanted to ask you something. What were the mistakes you made when you first got started in this business that you would not do today, or that you would advise a brand new person not to repeat those things?
For me, when I think it's because of my passion for the business, I'll bombard people with information. No, this is a firm. I didn't take time to quite understand where this person is at and the steps that I would need to introduce them slowly into the business. Even for me, I don't think I had adequate training. How do you introduce the business? How do you follow up with this customer? How do you bring them on board for training? So we just got in and we started selling and we recruited luckily along the way. We were on fire, yeah. We recruited along the way. But so what I would advise a person coming on board, please do the training, do the essential training so that you're well equipped with the skills you need to recruit, to sell and recruit somebody else into the business. So training is an absolute must.
Fantastic. I like that. I like that.
For me, mistake number one was taking my catalog for granted. As a partner. Sorry?
What do you mean by that?
As a partner, you just need to study your catalog, your fragrance catalog, your makeup catalog from page 1, front to back page. Study it, understand the product. And I'll say this because one time when I was going to, I remember I had gone to see Annerose then as my customer. And one of the ladies, they asked me, do you sell pheromones? And I said, no, we don't do that. Well, I forgive myself because it was the first time I was doing the business. I really had not taken, I had just received my kit the previous day, and the next day I had gone to see these guys. So I didn't take time to really understand my catalog, yet catalog has a lot of information regarding perfumes. So later on when I was going through it, that is when I saw pheromones, and I was like, oops, we have them. So it's one of those mistakes that we do, but then again, we get to learn from our mistakes and we proceed.
Another mistake that I did is not following up with the team in terms of support. How are you doing? How can I support you more? I see you've not sold anything this month, and so I lost quite a number of business partners because some of them came on board maybe with the idea that this is get rich quick, and once they did not get their riches quick, they left. Others maybe felt unsupported because I think as a business partner, one thing that you must realize is that once you come on board, you will get your first level of referrals, of business partners who you've introduced yourself, and then you have the second generation who is brought by the people you brought in. So sometimes inevitably there's a gap in between you and, or rather maybe the third, fourth generation with the second generation who recruited them. So they end up feeling like orphans and they drop off because they do not know where to turn to for support because maybe their sponsor deserted. So that's one of the mistakes that I made, that I did not follow up on many of the business partners that had come, that had grown under me. And I think for anybody who is starting the business now and with the new optimism that is there in Kenya right now, please take care of your downlines.
Fantastic. Did you had any more, Purity? Because you said the first one.
Several of them. You can't be sure in any business. You're bound to fail, and it's okay to fail. You just need to keep on going, encouraging yourself and encouraging a team to keep on going. And the other thing is talk to other people so that you may be able to understand how you can go about the mistakes you're making. I think it's very key. Don't just keep quiet, yeah.
Absolutely. Also, one of the things you mentioned, Purity, was about recruiting this person on WhatsApp. Could you share some about that?
Well, I like challenges, and I have successfully recruited one of us. I'm sure she is listening through Facebook. I had never met her, and through Facebook now she's happy and she's doing business and she's doing very well. So I wanted to explore the possibilities of recruiting someone through WhatsApp. So I decided I'm not going to call this person because everybody these days seems to be on WhatsApp, and I said, let me try see if this tool is viable. And I think I shared that story on our group, and I approached this person, and I got their number from somewhere, and I just started by, hi, what are you doing, where are you based? And they told me they're in a different city from Nairobi. And then I sent them the presentation. It's absolutely amazing. I think this time around we are very lucky. We are very, very privileged to have you Gediminas on board, because with their business opportunity training, I think recruitment has become easier. It has never been easier before. You can send that link to anybody, and once they are able to it's only 20, you just need to remind them, and it's only going to take 20 minutes. And if they don't have a phone, they can go to a cyber and use 20 shillings to go and listen to that presentation, and it can change their lives. So I told them, hey, look, listen to this presentation, and they told me like a day later they didn't have time. So I told them, okay, it will be worthwhile if you just spare 20 minutes and watch this. So they watched, and I followed back, did you watch? Then they said, yes, I did. And I started a conversation. How did you find it? What do you think about this business? I sent them the link of the website, so they were able to see the products. And all this was no phone calls, just WhatsApp. So they developed an interest, and they asked many questions, and I kept on answering them until the point where they were ready now to sign up for the business. And I thought, now this one, I have to call this person, because signing up cannot be done just through WhatsApp. So I called them last week, and they were like, okay, we are ready to go. I demonstrated a bit of honesty and integrity and everything that is very key in our business, because sometimes you have somebody you do not know, strangers, sending money to you, and they trust that you will go and do the commitment for them in the office, you will follow it up for them, and you will send them their kit and registration stuff from wherever town they're coming from. So, and it was successful, and right now I'm sure they are listening to me. Jambo, asante sana for trusting me and coming on board.
Fantastic, fantastic. And I think WhatsApp is also very good because most people have it on the phone, and it's very good, I think, for in terms of international communication as well. Because, like me being here in UK, I can easily communicate with people in Kenya using WhatsApp, and it doesn't cost money, because I'm just using my internet, they're using their internet, etc. So, I think it's also quite good. Also, what I wanted to ask you guys is about long distance sponsoring and keeping in touch with your team members. So we have quite a few, business partners in Nairobi, but we also have people scattered around the country, in Kisumu, in Mombasa, in different places. What would you say, what's the best way of working with people long distance?
I think with courier services, it's very. I think normally the challenge would be how do I get my products once I buy them, but it's very easy nowadays. Because I think you spend like 200 shillings to transport like a package of from Nairobi to Mombasa, for example, which is very affordable because that's the same rate we pay here in Nairobi to send a courier from one place to another. So that should not be a hindrance to doing business. And of course, Kenya is very techy. So we're on we're on Facebook, we're on WhatsApp. Calls are cheap, so we communicate quite well with the people who are long distance. And I'm trying to grow a business in a team in Kisumu. So what I've done is that I've pinpointed one person in Kisumu and shared with him the business presentation, and I've asked him, get a few more people to watch this. Get me a group, then I'll come there and do a presentation. So with the advent of social media and internet, it's very easy to keep in touch with people who are long distance. And maybe that's another thing that new business partners need to know, is that this is an international business. You can recruit people as far as Lithuania. Yeah.
Absolutely. Fantastic. I like that. Brilliant. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Yes, one more thing. I mentioned about follow-up for customers or for business partners, existing business partners, but also must mention follow-up of prospects. Because normally what happens is that you're like a farmer. You sow your seed, you scatter your seed and hope it will find fertile ground. But if you not go back and assess the ground you scattered your seed in, those customers, those prospects will forget you. And then here comes along Purity and tells them about a firm. They're like, yeah, there was this chick who tried to recruit me, but I don't know where she went. And and Purity gets my prospect, and that's the end of that. So, so you have to stay in touch with the people you sow the seed to, lest the birds, come and take them.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. Now, the last thing I wanted to ask you guys is we've got now the last week of July, so we on a last straight run for the month. What would you advise the brand new people who just joined and the people who already been in the business for a while for the last week of July to really make it count? What would you advise them? What is your plan too?
I would say go to the back office, see where you are at. I've had an occasion to call some of my business partners who their team has done very well below them, but they're going to leave money on the table because they're not even at 50 points. So I'll go back to my tree, look for those people and tell them, you still have a couple of days for the end of the month. at least get the minimum points that you need. The other thing I must say to new business partners is learn the marketing plan. What gets you to 3%, what gets you to 6%, and and all that. Know that the moment you hit a new level of achievement, there is more money in the bank for you, and that is money that you can come and offset your purchases here at FM office, and um, you're richer for the profit that you get out of that whole transaction. So what I'd say is, guys, let's give it one good push before the month is out. Make sure you reach the margins. If you're at 250, get to 300. If you're almost getting to 6%, give it all out and get that commission in. Yeah.
Okay, what I would add to what my colleague is saying here is this is end month. Today is date 27th. Bankers are paid. They have the cash. So are you selling to them? All bankers, they have been paid. So between after 25th to 27th, this is the week people are paid. This is the time to come to the office and carry a few bottles with you. You don't have to get an order, have stock, have 2 or 3 bottles with you, because you meet these people, they have money, and they cannot wait for you to come back and bring orders and what I think. Take the orders and deliver to them. So this is just the closing week, and it's the most important. It's the most important week. Take time as a business partner to log into the back office website, put your ID there, put your password, go check what is happening. Try as much as possible to do a minimum of 300 points, which are doable. I will say that again, they are very doable. It's not difficult, because it's with 10 bottles of classics, you are kind of done. And the other thing I will say is let's try to support each other. Like sometimes what I do is, once I realize I have achieved my 300 points for month, I check my tree and I see there are some people probably who are maybe few points away to 300. Maybe they are lacking 10 points. Then I will purchase a product and just to motivate them and to make them achieve that next level. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is at the beginning of the month, you need to ask yourself, what do I need to achieve? Which level do I need to achieve in terms of percentage? Is it 3%? Is it 6% or 9%? Then that way you can run with something, because once you own it and once you have already identified what your goals are by the end of the month, and Gediminas, I'm very grateful because you helped us kind of assess what we do, throughout the month, breaking it into very small bits. And to be honest, I decided I'm gonna follow through in that. I did struggle doing my 300 points because you made us have a review of what we had done within the first 10 days, then the next 10 days, and now we are in the last stretch. And within the first 20 days, I had already done my 300 points without necessarily feeling, like pressured or anything.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, it's a privilege to work with you guys. You're absolutely amazing. Those of you who are just getting started, this is the leadership you have in front of you. In Kenya, I think we're gonna absolutely do some amazing stuff in Africa. So guys, if you're not in yet, you need to be in. If you're in already, you need to be on it. Like a carb on it, we have the last week of the month. Let's make it count. And we've got the next month is even better. We're going to do even more. So it's absolutely incredible. We're going to have some great trainings. I think with these guys, we're going to have some amazing trainings, So thank you very much, girls, for coming on the webinar today and sharing your tips and your secrets and your ideas. And you have a fantastic week, and we will see you at the top.
Bye.
Bye.